Well, guys, one of the things about this particular YouTube channel is it was meant to follow my fountain pen journey, in my getting into the hobby, my doing more, expanding my knowledge base, expanding my collection, and passing on some of the recommendations and information on to you. And I wanted to do that with this right here. This is a vintage pen, as you could probably tell by the lever, and in my opinion this should be something on your wish list if you do not already have one. A Wahl-Eversharp Skyline. This is one of my favorite pens that I picked up. That's a vintage pen, and this is one I just barely got in the mail yesterday, or the day before, I'm trying to remember which, but I finally sat down today and restored it. I got this along with another vintage pen, an old Esterbrook, together in the mail, and the SD is in a pile amongst a bunch of others to be restored, and this one, because I had a little bit of time today, I went ahead and tackled it. I have two others in my collection, and that's why this one here I picked up kind of on a whim, but I will tell you this is probably the best looking out of the three that I've got. I really like this particular pen. I did a video some time ago on the Eversharp Skyline, and I'll put a little a little card up that you can click on to go watch that video at a later time, and maybe a link in the description as well. But this is a classic pen from the 1940s and into the 50s, and some people love them, some people hate them. It is meant to inspire thoughts of an old train, the old Skyline train, passenger train, and that front end was meant to look like the front of that engine. So I would highly recommend one of these. And like I said, look at how beautiful this. I just got this thing cleaned up, polished up, restored. I am not an expert at restoration. I can, however, at least make a pen look nice, polish it up nice, get a sack working on it. I am not so good at pulling apart everything on the top end of a Skyline, but I am able to at least pull it apart and make it work well. So let's go ahead and pull it out, and let's go ahead and write with it for a second. I'm going to show you a few things, and there's a reason behind it. So this is a Wahl-Eversharp Skyline. This is a vintage pen, probably from the 1940s. Maybe through the 50s. There are several different nibs that they put on them. I'm not going to go into great detail about it. That's not the purpose of this particular video. Actually, it was simply to show you a little bit about a pen that I really enjoy, and there will be one more reason I'm going to show you here in just a moment. But this pen, restored within the last hour or so, I put in a Waterman's Intense Black. One of the things that some of you people have said about my channel is that you like the fact that I do both modern pens and I do vintage. This is obviously a vintage pen. I just did some videos on some modern pens that I added to my collection. Just recently you saw that I had a giveaway of a modern pen. I had a nice Magnum that I gave away, and that actually, as I'm recording this, is probably still in the Postal Service on its way to its intended recipient. Thank you guys for playing along. And I was deciding what to do with this particular pen because it just looks really nice. It's probably, like I said, it's the prettiest of the three that I own at the moment. It's the newest edition, but I decided, I kind of have a wild hair. Why don't I just give it away, give it to somebody? So let's go ahead and do another giveaway. Today is Saturday, It is the 15th of February. Let's go for a full week from today. I'll give you 1 week to enter this contest. And on that 22nd, I'll try to pull a winner. Totally at random. To enter, again, very simple on how I do this. I'm going to show you some rules here in just a moment, but why don't you make a comment here down below. Comment topic, let's throw it out. Some suggestions. Doesn't have to be, but just a suggestion. What do you like about this channel? What do you like about vintage pens? Do you prefer vintage pens? Do you prefer modern pens? And why you ought to have a vintage pen in your collection? Or how about some more questions that you'd like to have answered? For the last giveaway, you guys left a whole lot of questions for me to answer for an upcoming video, and I've got a stack printed out here in front of me, so I'll get to working on that sometime soon. Alrighty? So feel free to enter the contest, and I'll give you a week from today to go ahead and enter the contest, and we will try to pull a winner. Thanks.